All right, everyone. I feel like it's been a long time since I've done another one of my playing critiques. So, I am actually partnering up with the MVPS, or the Maximum Velocity Paintball series. They are going to be having their spring skirmish, so thank you to them for their support and sponsoring this video. And I am going to be doing another video, of course, as usual, whenever I go over a layout, going in and actually breaking down the layout, kind of my final thoughts, and they are going to be sponsoring that as well. So a huge thank you to the MVPS. This layout is for their spring skirmish, like I had said, and that event is coming up August 14th through the 16th. So if you're looking to play another tournament, I know we've had some crazy breaks. It's something that you'd be able to go ahead and do. So without further ado, I did want to go into my playing critique. And like you guys know, I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So there's some good points, and then there's some really stupid, like, why did I get shot by that? But at least this way, I'm able to help you all out. You can learn from my mistakes. And my thing is, it's okay to make a mistake, just don't make it twice. So I think there is one thing that I did make the same mistake twice, so forgive me for that one. But hopefully my insights will be able to help you as you prepare for this tournament. And yeah, this is definitely different. Don't think that you need to click away from YouTube. So American Isekai wanted to sponsor this video, so thank you to them as well for sponsoring this. So if you're looking for kind of like an old school Zelda, it has that kind of a feel to it. It is free on Steam, so I'll have the link down in the description down below. So go ahead and support them. This is definitely indie. It's not a huge organization or anything like that. So they just wanted to go out and make a great game. And maybe you're stuck in quarantine still, or you can't really get outside a whole lot. Well, go ahead and play some American Isekai. So thank you again to American Isekai for sponsoring this video as well. Okay, so it's definitely going to look like I cheated here, and I didn't mean it to look that way. I'm not sure 100% where that paint broke off of. I was looking to see, did it break off my barrel and spray, you know, that kind of stuff. So I wasn't 100% sure, so I continued to play. That being said, when you get into the snake, it's important to make sure that you're looking down the tape, because the snake player is going to be the best one to be able to stop the other snake from moving up, at least on the tape side. Now, I say the best one because the snake corner does have some decent shots, which I didn't think that they would, but when I was in the this snake one right here, you can see some of the paint kind of coming over the top, and that is from that snake corner. So he was able to drop it over, and it kind of came over from over the snake two, where I'm looking at right here. And I didn't want to go because I don't want to get shot, right? So I was asking Jose behind me, hey, can you just tell me when you have the corner in, so that way I can move up. So once I felt the pressure off, with this being kind of a ladder snake, you can just go ahead and dive right in. They did have someone further up. I don't think I could have run and bunkered the snake, just because they had a snake corner and then they also had a brick. That's why I had to drop right there. So that brick does have a shot going into this snake. They do have to back off a little bit, but that shot is there. What I will say with this snake is if someone goes into the snake, even if no one goes in there, but you're not 100% sure where all 5 of the players are at, just play if the snake is hot. The way that this snake works is that you can just get on your gut and go straight down. If there's no corner and no one else in the snake, you're able to just go straight down the field and wreak some havoc. I was just looking this way just because I thought maybe he might try to come and bunker me, but it ended up that Jose behind me ended up shooting him, because he did try to come and bunker me, but it didn't work out for him. So you'll see in a second here that they actually call game. Yeah, so that's what happened there. So this shot is there. I would say to practice it, try to get that corner shot. What I did here is the mistake that I just told you about. I should have been playing tighter to this bunker, and the snake ended up getting all the way up to the 50 snake and shooting me in the back. So that's why I get eliminated here. So like I said, guys, I want to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I mean, I wasn't happy that I didn't hear anyone say that the snake was there, but at the same time, if I just played like the snake was hot the whole time, I would have been completely fine. So this center is, it's a great center. Me getting over into this tower allowed me to go ahead and launch into this center, and no one saw me. So you don't want to bump into that wing, because then they'll know that you're there. I knew that there was a player in this Dorito. So there was a little bit of his barrel that tried to started coming out first, but it was
Get out!
I'd rather wait for a better shot than trying to, shoot out a barrel. I did shoot this player going into the Dorito corner. I know that sounds like, oh, of course, Greg, the pro guy, needs to make sure that he gets all his kills. But just so you know, if someone dies filling out behind them, you really need to check off and make sure that it's not someone in the center. Because I saw it break off his pack. It was something that I saw happen. So you just want to be careful of that when you are playing really anywhere on the field. But because of this center, you can have this good cross here. If you go over to the other wing, you can't see anything past that Dorito 3. Further back. So I shot, you can shoot the Dorito 3 to 4 bump, but if they're further back, you don't want to get over there. We had enough bodies that they started pushing up more. So I was trying to just push up the field. I didn't realize, honestly, and this is my fault for not checking everything off 100%. I didn't know that this brick was here, so we ended up trading here, which is fine. I ended up getting 2 confirmed kills, but that other kill didn't actually come out. But we kind of surprised each other because we came around and yep, there you are. Okay, so at this point, I wanted to see how wide I could go, and this move is super doable. I didn't feel a whole lot of pressure. They can definitely shoot into that Dorito, but just know that that move is there. And the way that these pins are set up, it's hard to see how far they're going up. And that wing, it blocks out some stuff as well. So I was able to get out fine and get up into this Dorito. I initially just wanted to stop at that little Dorito, but I was like, man, if I can keep going, I'm going to keep going. Now, the mistake that I make here is going wide. So, again, I want to show you my mistakes as well, because I can learn from them just as much. So, this move was good. I was able to see the other player. Now, if I dove straight in, I would have been fine. Because I went a little bit wide, the Dorito corner ended up shooting me down the tape. So that was my own fault. So just so you know, if you're moving up, just be careful of that. Just know that you are going to need to maybe dive straight in instead of trying to dive a little bit wide. I think I might have been a little bit more worried about the center than someone else. So I'm just trying to check off and just get up the field. I probably should have tried to get into the center. We did have a call for, they're somewhere in the center. So I don't want to just go up there and then he's able to stand up tall and shoot me, right? So I was just trying to watch this the snake side. What I probably should have been doing is just dumping paint. Instead of trying to bait them, it's a lot further of a shot, and you're going to see that the snake corner is able to go through rather than if I was just sitting there laning, I would have been able to see him go in. So because he was able to get into the snake there, that changes some things. Now Kyle's still able to go up and bunker out the center, which ended up, it worked out. But it's if I had gone and just been dumping paint into there, it would have been a lot more difficult for him to be able to get into that snake. So Kyle goes over, trades with the other guy. I filled out a little bit wider, so that way I'm able to just see kind of what's going on. I'm wondering if it would have been better if I had gone up to that wing. It's a little bit further of a run, though. So looking at that, I don't think this move was a bad move. So I'm just talking with, I think it was Johnny who was next to me.
It's either snake 1 or snake 2, Johnny.
Yeah, and this is what I mean. He was in the snake and then gets to our snake 3. So even though I can stand up and look down on him, I'm not able to shoot anything. So Johnny ends up going and shooting the snake. Jose and I are just talking. Now I don't think it's bad that I switch back because it ends up working out. But usually you would end up crossing. You would shoot the cross on the because it was him and myself. I think it was either I think it did end up as a 2-on-1, and we did drop the ball on the communication. So the snake, you should never go into the snake if it's a 2-on-1, but he was able to get in.
What else?
And I just was able to snap him out here. So I think he was maybe a little bit tall over the top, but I was able to go ahead and snap him out. But I'm wondering if maybe I should have gone up to that wing, but I don't think this move was necessarily a bad move. Now, going out to this snake corner is it's a little bit more difficult. There is a bigger gap. I did take a bounce going out there. So you want to be careful of that home, that back center is able to shoot this guy. So this is this is kind of where is it that I can shoot? I was able to get back onto that outside. Now probably what I should have done is rolled off a little bit, and I could have been shooting at the snake corner there. It's a possibility. Looking at it now, I think that might have been a better shot, but yeah. So I'm just trying to communicate. You really want to make sure that you're calling people's names. That helps out a lot, because then you're able to communicate easier. Like, hey, Charlie, this. Hey, Johnny, this. Hey, you know, whoever it is that I'm talking to.
Johnny, can I go?
And I'm wanting, the reason I'm like, hey, Johnny, can I go, is because I want to know if I'm safe to move into the snake.
I'm not sure it's on the Dorito side.
This was an issue that we had was getting that crossfield communication, and I'm just asking, hey, what is there? You know, what is it that's going on? I did see that I had an inside move. What I should have done is stopped at the snake 1 instead of the snake 2. I took a bounce in the foot, and apparently it broke off my pack. You're gonna see me get pulled out here in a second.
Hey, 200, Johnny.
So they did clip me in the pack just enough. I don't think it was from when I was in there. I think it was when I was diving in. So
I think it's the echo, Johnny.
yeah, so I get pulled out here in a second, which is okay. I mean, it happens at practice. But if I had stopped at the snake 1, I wouldn't have had to worry about that. And I could have made this same move, or made that same move, just later, and it would have been completely fine. It would have been something that would have been a good move. So again, if you're playing on this side, honestly, everywhere on the field, center, Dorito, stuff like that, just play like the snake is always hot. I would say definitely push. You know, make sure that you're making that aggressive push, because then you're able to put more pressure on the other team. You just want to be careful, because they do have shots into you from the center. So again, you really want to check off the center. It's a little bit more difficult to shoot the center, depending on where they're at, because there's a lot that they can be kind of posted in, like I showed in that other point. I was just asking, you know, again, you want to use players' names, and we even start talking back and forth. And hey, Greg, can you see this? Like, I can't see this. Like, I can't do that. You'll hear that in a second. But, you know, when I was asking, Jose, are you good? If I don't get a response, I know that Jose died behind me. But if I get a response, okay, good. I know I don't really have to worry about my tape, because he's going to be watching over me. Or if something happens, he's going to tell me, hey, get on your own tape. So, like right there. Like, hey, yeah, this is what's going on. So, yeah, just trying to figure out what is going on. I think we did get 1 or 2 kills by this point. I can't remember exactly. So again, I'm just trying to look around. I can't remember who it was that was shooting the cross that was stopping me from being able to move up a little bit more. I think it was that tower, or not the tower, the Aztec, which what we were calling the Alpha. I think it might have been that guy. He was the one that was stopping me from moving up further into that Dorito, or the next Dorito. Yeah, so that was him.
Yeah.
But you can hear this communication.
Hey, Jose, can you see the snake corner? Hey, Charlie's
so
on
yeah,
tape.
just trying to
Charlie's
talk.
What's up? I have no idea. I know an Alpha snake corner, and I think it's 200.
Yeah, and I was just trying to see what's going on? Like, what's happening? Now, something that I do, I think it is this point,
Alpha's on me.
they do get into the snake, and I can't stop the snake from this Dorito.
Yeah.
The only way that I can shoot that snake is if he pops up and I shoot him in the side of the head.
Kyle,
Like,
got
I
a bunch of stuff
can't
blocking me, dude.
shoot
I can't see
him.
anything.
I can't shoot him in
Hey,
in moves or anything
hey,
like
Johnny's
that.
in the 50. I know, Johnny's in the 50.
So just trying to say, like, hey, we have someone further up in the snake. I'm wondering if maybe I should have tried to fight there more, and that way I could have made it into here a lot quicker.
Yep.
So just trying
Hey,
to
200!
yeah, just trying to move up more. I think that move I could have made probably sooner, looking back on it. So I feel like the field plays pretty quick. It's not one that's like a super slow field. It's not a drag to play. But yeah, you want to take those bumps. And again, you saw how I dove straight in. It wasn't
Hey, there's
it
some
wasn't
shooting cross, Kyle.
that dive on the outside
Right.
like I'd gotten shot
Hey,
before.
snake corner, 200. I
Use
think it's
use the
Alpha.
bunkers to block you out. That's what they're there for. So you can use them to your advantage. Now there was a snake corner that was shooting the cross and stopping me from making this move. To go up a little bit closer. Now there was Jose behind me saying like, "Hey, I got your tape."
No, I
think-
got the snake corner cross.
That's what it was. I think Jose might have been asking me like,
Snake
"Hey,
corner
what's stopping you?" And I couldn't go because of that snake corner. Now the move that I make here,
All right, that's fine.
I think I could have made sooner. I think that's kind of the the usual is that you can always make a move sooner. I don't think that's necessarily
Yeah, but I
the
got
problem.
the cross.
So what I'm going to do here in a second is actually move in on the inside, use the Dorito to block me out, and then slowly shoot at the snake corner and then dive into their Dorito. Now the only issue with this move is if that little Dorito had come in and snapped on the inside of the field, he would have shot me. So I'm just looking here to see, can I make this move? All right, I'm going to commit, shoot at the snake corner. Now I'm in this Dorito. So the issue is that if you had seen, that little Dorito could have shot me. We did end up shooting the Aztec that I had no clue. I had no idea what was eliminated. It actually was just the one player in front of me and the snake corner. So I was able to snap
Hey,
out
kill it,
the little Dorito there, and then it was just the snake corner. But I wasn't sure because I didn't know that we had eliminated that Aztec. So I didn't want to just run down
snake corner,
and there
where's the
be
last
someone
one?
there. And I think they walk straight back. And at a tournament, they're going to be walking back to the
I gotta
pit, so
see
you'll
the
be able
Alpha or
to
Beta, I think.
count how many bodies are going back
I'm
into
not
the
sure.
pit.
One of those.
So that's why I was saying, hey, it might be this, it might be this. So I think I just kind of committed.
Charlie,
It was just
snake
like,
corner.
once I figured out that there wasn't anyone else, then I was able to wrap. Yeah, I think Jose was saying like just go, and I guess if something happens, then like he'd be able to figure it out. I'm blocked out from that Aztec, and I think once I figured out like, oh, there's no one in that Aztec, I was looking at it, and like, all right, now I'm gonna shoot at this guy, kind of start edging out a little bit, and then I saw him look like he's starting to go, so I started committing as well, and I did feel a shot go past my butt, but it didn't actually hit me, but it was close. So that was a good try. He was trying to just do something.
What?
So this is another one of my hey, what are you doing kind of ideas. I was trying to bounce it off this wing into that Dorito, and that it doesn't work. Now what I was trying to do was figure out how can I get further up to be able to contend with the other Dorito. And I stood up, and I think this is where it
All right,
happens.
kill the snake corner.
They got further up
Kill the snake
into the
corner,
center, into that
400.
center structure with that little W and the two wings. And because I
Hey,
kind of stood
400.
up, and I was focused more on how do I
Hey,
go
what
and
else?
kill this Dorito, I completely blanked on the center, which is bad because that's the stuff that
Alright,
I do when I
killed
play
you
the
all
center.
day.
I'm looking for, please go into an area that I
Alright.
have an easier shot on you. So
Yeah, 400.
I think what I do here, yeah, I'm looking for the move, trying to see, can I just go and bunker this guy? Go up, and I end up going inside and then get roasted from the center. So that was my own fault. It should have been just play like the center's hot, because it is pretty easy to get up there. There's a lot of stuff in the way that is going to help you with getting up there. I know that because I played it. So again, I make mistakes. Things happen. It's practice. It's okay. But yeah, that wasn't my my best point. But yeah, so if you are on that Dorito side, just know that the center can shoot you. Now, something that you can do is kind of ghost out, kind of use the other, sorry, use the center, shoot up over the top of it, and kind of float out into that Aztec to be able to shoot back at the back center to maybe help out a player trying to run out wide.
Killed from the snake. Kill one from the snake.
I was just trying to confirm because Jose wasn't sure. He had said like, hey, where did that kill come from? Which is really important, because if there's more bodies on one side, it's going to be more difficult to move up that side. But if there's less bodies, like let's say it came off on the Dorito side, then we can figure out where are they weaker, and we can kind of exploit that. So me shooting this blind shot, I don't know if it was super necessary. I think it was because the other Dorito, I think it was my mirror, actually could shoot down the tape. So I was just putting paint in the air. That's something that I learned from, it was Timmy Propes, who played pro with Damage. He was like, sometimes I'll just dive in and start shooting, even if there's no one to shoot at, because sometimes they might run through a gap. I've done that before, and sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes it's one of those things that you're able to do. So that being said, I probably, I guess, could have been continuing to shoot at the back left, or that snake corner, but it was not. Yeah, this wasn't.
Snake corner, beta, and I think 400.
We weren't sure exactly. I mean, we had those 3 bodies. I think because it was just the snake corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have. I think if I had stayed low, now that I think about it, I think I could have stayed low and dove into the next Dorito. Just shoot a couple at the other Dorito, my mirror, and then dive straight into here. So I think that I probably could have done that a little bit sooner. Again, kind of moral of the story, you're always going to be able to, hindsight's 20/20. I came over and I was able to take the risk and bunker out that player, just because now Jose is behind me. He's going to be able to close out. This is what I mean about getting up the center easily. If they're not looking and shooting straight into the center, you can get up. Just make sure you don't bump it. So I was just looking here. I don't want to say anything because I don't want them to know. So I'm just kind of moving back and forth, trying to see where is it that I can kind of shut down. They weren't in the snake yet, to my knowledge. Now, what should have happened is I should have been told by my teammates, like, hey, we don't have anyone on this side, because I actually could have been wrapping sooner. So this brick was in front of me. I couldn't go and bunker them because they had, I think it was 1 or 2 in the Doritos. So I was able to shoot out this this brick, and then I think it was just 2 players at the end. So I was able to shoot him and then keep pressure on this other player. I don't think I should have tried to run across, because he can kind of push into it, and I'm just out in the open. If there was another bunker, then I could have. But I was doing my job here and being able to at least keep pressure on him. And then, yeah, Kyle was able to close that one out. But thank you again to MVPS and American Isekai for sponsoring this video. Like I had mentioned, MVPS is going to be hosting that tournament August 14th through the 16th. So make sure that you go ahead and sign up if you're looking to go ahead and play in another event. And also, thank you again to American Isekai for their support. If you're looking for, it basically is kind of like a old school Zelda, so you can go and download that. It is in the description down below. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I am going to be putting up the raw footage from some of these points, so that way you don't have to hear my amazing voice talking over my other amazing voice in the game. Haha. All right. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later, and as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.